Welcome to Asian Star Trend. I'm Hannah, and today we've got some hot and trending news to share with you. When love melts the ice, Wang Yiran and Zuo's love in early summer sparks tears and thunder. In Love in Early Summer, Wang Yiran and Zuo deliver a performance that doesn't just tug at heartstrings, it rips them wide open. Their latest emotional clash, a scene so raw it left audiences visibly shaken, has become a viral talking point across social media. Viewers described the moment as a masterclass in emotional vulnerability, with both actors diving deep into the complexities of heartbreak and longing. The turning point arrives in a tear-streaked confrontation, where every glance, every pause, carries the weight of unspoken history. It's here that the drama transcends mere fiction, inviting viewers to confront their own hidden griefs and unspoken goodbyes. But the emotional arc doesn't end in sorrow. Moments later, the tension erupts into a high-voltage kiss sequence that charts an electrifying journey from a hesitant, frozen ice-bound kiss, where fear and restraint reign, to a torrential rainstorm embrace, where desperation drowns hesitation. This transformation is more than a romantic gesture, it's a visual metaphor for love breaking free from self-imposed boundaries. Cinematographically, the contrast is striking. Subdued lighting and muted tones in the tear scene give way to a chaotic downpour and kinetic camera work in the kiss, mirroring the shift from emotional paralysis to overwhelming surrender. Audiences leave not only with damp eyes but with a lingering reminder that love, in its truest form, is rarely neat or gentle. It's messy, it's relentless, and when it finally breaks through, it does so with the force of a storm. In capturing that truth, Wang Yiran and Zuo have not just acted a romance, they've embodied it. And that's why Love in Early Summer will be remembered long after the credits fade. Love in Early Summer, behind the scenes of Wang Yiran and Zuo's heart-stopping kiss scenes. Fresh behind-the-scenes footage from Love in Early Summer has ignited online chatter, offering a glimpse into the drama's most emotionally charged moments. Wang Yiran, as Shimo, and Zuo, as Chuksha, navigate a love story steeped in sacrifice, miscommunication, and sudden bursts of passion. One standout sequence shows Shimo deliberately distancing himself from Chuksha to shield her from danger, a calculated coldness that slowly unravels on a rain-soaked night. In a moment of uncontrollable emotion, he pulls her into a fierce kiss. The camera lingers on their intertwined fingers and trembling eyelashes, details that viewers hailed as weaving restraint and eruption into a single kiss. It's not just romance, it's the visual embodiment of love struggling against its own limits. Equally unforgettable is the so-called misaligned kiss scene. Under the influence of a drug she unknowingly consumes, Chuksha leans into Shimo's embrace, and he pins her gently against the wall. But just as the tension peaks, reality crashes in. Shimo's eyes glisten, his breath catches, and he releases her. That fleeting moment of withdrawal, caught in tight close-up, drew a flood of live comments, direct hit to the heart. These scenes work not merely because of physical proximity, but because Wang Yiran and Zuo infuse them with layered intent, love edged with pain, desire laced with moral conflict. The choreography of touch, the pauses between breaths, and the split-second decisions carry as much weight as any line of dialogue. For audiences, the takeaway is clear. In Love in Early Summer, passion is never simple. It's an emotional storm, sometimes barely contained, sometimes breaking without warning, and that's precisely why it lingers long after the screen fades to black. Tear-streaked showdown, Wang Yiran's shattering vulnerability versus Zuo's dark eruption. Love in Early Summer doesn't shy away from breaking hearts, and its latest emotional clash between Wang Yiran and Zuo has set a new benchmark for on-screen grief. The drama's central relationship is already laden with longing and sacrifice, but in these pivotal scenes, the emotional stakes soar. At the funeral of Chuksha's mother, Wang Yiran as Shimo delivers a performance that production insiders call textbook-level brokenness. Beginning with suppressed sobs, his voice trembles, shoulders rigid with the effort to hold it together. Then, like a dam bursting, grief overtakes him. His anguished cries echo against the storm, tears mingling with raindrops and soaking the collar of his suit. It's an image that lingers, raw pain made almost unbearably intimate. Opposite him, Zuo takes a different path into the abyss. Her dark eruption is a masterclass in emotional reversal. Eyes rimmed with shadows, her stillness sharp as a blade, until a sudden, volatile outpouring shatters the silence. The contrast between her simmering restraint and explosive release creates a tension that pulls the audience to the edge of their seats together. Their performances elevate the drama beyond romance, plunging viewers into the messy, unvarnished truth of love and loss. Every glance, every staggered breath feels weighted with history, making the emotional collisions not just believable, but inevitable. Audiences have praised the pairing as one of the rare examples where two acting styles, one rooted in quiet implosion, the other in sudden detonation, merge into something greater. It's not just a love story, it's a portrait of two souls tearing themselves apart, then trying desperately to hold each other together when tears cut like blades. Wang Yiran and Zuo's contrasting mastery of grief and love in early summer. Few dramas this year have delivered emotional blows as searing as Love in Early Summer. At its heart lies a pair of performances so distinct, yet so devastating, that audiences have been left reeling. Wang Yiran's Shimo is grief laid bare most memorably at the funeral of Anchuxia's mother. His performance begins in restraint, quiet sobs, trembling shoulders, an unyielding jaw. Then, in a sudden collapse, he breaks into a raw, full-bodied cry, rainwater and tears streaking down his suit. Production insiders have called it textbook-level brokenness, a scene that shows pain not as a single moment, but as something that swells and spills beyond control. Zuo, however, brings an entirely different force to the screen. In a pivotal dark revenge scene, Anchuxia learns that her own father was the man responsible for her mother's death. The camera catches her in a chilling juxtaposition, smiling through tears as she grips Shimo's throat, her voice steady but venomous. "You're just as dirty as my father." It's not simply grief, it's grief weaponized online. Viewers have been quick to dissect the difference. Wang Yiran is like finding sugar among shards of glass. Zuo is sugar with razor blades hidden inside. Both styles pierce, but in entirely different ways, one through tender fragility, the other through the shock of betrayal wrapped in sweetness. Together, they form a dynamic that elevates Love in Early Summer far beyond standard melodrama. The push and pull between shattering vulnerability and dark, simmering fury creates an emotional whiplash that lingers, forcing audiences to sit with the uncomfortable truth that love and hurt often share the same heartbeat. From oxygen-deprived kisses to on-set laughter, the shifting tones of Love in Early Summer on screen. Love in Early Summer is a storm of passion, heartbreak, and high-stakes romance. Off-screen, however, the set is often filled with laughter, and sometimes, those two worlds collide in unexpectedly charming ways. During one particularly intense kissing scene, Wang Yiran became so immersed in his role as Shimo that he kept missing the emotional mark. After the 12th take, he suddenly turned to the director, voice solemn, "Does Anchuxia even love Shimo?" Crew members couldn't help but tease him for method acting to the point of existential crisis. Zuo, meanwhile, found herself breaking character in the rainstorm kiss scene, stifling giggles mid-take. Without missing a beat, Wang Yiran slipped into his dominant CEO mode. "We have to reshoot, your laugh will ruin my brokenness." Yet in the very next moment, he cracked too, the two of them laughing so hard they hiccuped. The contrast between their heated on-screen chemistry and playful off-screen banter only adds to the show's appeal. Even before its premiere, the series topped China's short drama anticipation charts. Now, viewers are praising the casting choices as spot-on. Zuo's portrayal of the revenge heiress archetype, dark, ruthless when wronged, yet achingly vulnerable in love, has solidified her as a standout. Wang Yiran, already known for his emotional intensity, has only reinforced his reputation as a true acting talent, with audience comments urging producers to check if he's secretly a conservatory graduate. And yes, the kiss scenes are sparking their own wave of conversation, with one viewer quipping, "They should rename it Love in the First Kiss." Between the searing drama and the light-hearted slip-ups, Love in Early Summer is proving it can captivate both the heart and the smile. What do you think about today's content? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and if this is your first time watching our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with exclusive news about your favorite movie and music stars. Thank you so much for watching.